You should know that after 73rd, 74th Amendment Act, we expected that decentralized planning should be through District Planning Committee and Metropolitan Planning Committee, replacing all. Before that, lots of efforts we have done, isn't it? Still, we have not mentioned ARC second, Punchi Commission, V. Ramchandran panel, and other such evaluations. Now, under Niti Aayog, we have village development plan at village level, Gram Panchayat level. So, committees have been constituted. This district planning, let's say, in 1969, District Planning Council was set up. At the initiative of Planning Commission for planning at district level, this District Planning Council was replaced by District Planning Committee. You know that planning, so State Planning Board was constituted on the basis of recommendation of ARC first. Then we have created, so we have created institutional structure. Gradually after independence, we have tried to create institutional structure for decentralized planning. We have also set up some committee and commissions regarding that. It can be this, you can say ARC second, or if you say that Dant wala, right? Anyhow, so committee at block level planning, right? And Hanumantha Rao, right, at district level planning. मतलब हमने कमिटी ब्लॉक लेवल प्लानिंग के लिए भी सेटअप किया है कि कैसे प्लानिंग होना चाहिए ब्लॉक लेवल, right, and at district level planning, this, and finally let's say district planning committee, metropolitan planning committee. But the status of bottom up planning, decentralized planning, now we know that how good it is or how bad it is. That institutions we have tried to create, and we have created to some extent district planning committee. We have also now Gram Sabha, e-Gram Swaraj portal also, and village development plan also being prepared. 95% let's Gram Panchayats have prepared village development plan. That can be considered on success side. But on the other side, you know that how Metropolitan Planning Committee, it has not been created, and decentralized planning still remains more on paper rather than in reality, as let's say that the institutions have not been empowered and powers have not been devolved. Because for institutions to have decentralized planning, first there should be devolution of powers up to 29 subjects under Schedule 11, and then they should be empowered so that they can plan for themselves. Hence, decentralized planning more or less still remains on paper rather than a reality. That's why bottom-up planning, we say when we talk about bottom-up planning, the bottom-up planning we have been glorifying. It is not the first time we are talking bottom-up planning. Decentralization of planning started with community development plan itself in 1952. When community level blocks, let's say block level planning was introduced, and community, let's say, we find about this called block development officer. So block level, block became the basis for development at district level, and block development officer position was created and block level planning was introduced. And then Panchayati Raj institution, introduction of Panchayati Raj institution by Balwant Rai Mehta committee. So that will further result into decentralization, democratic decentralization. And democratic decentralization means also decentralization of planning. And thereafter we have taken the steps like that. So this is what we have to summarize in brief about decentralized planning. Right. So let's write on this. Although the evolution of decentralized planning, started with community development plan, in 1952. And thereafter, further steps were taken, like constitution of State Planning Board, constitution of state planning board and district planning council, state planning board and district planning council. However, decentralized planning remained more on paper as planning remains centralized. Planning remains centralized. Next, it was expected that, changing paragraph, it was expected that after 73rd, 74th Amendment Acts, 73rd, 74th Amendment Acts, planning would get decentralized. Planning would get decentralized. Okay. As two important institutions for decentralized planning, District Planning Committee and Metropolitan Planning Committee, were supposed to be created. Supposed to be created. But even after 3 decades, it is found that the status has although improved, but is still not satisfactory. Has although improved, but is still not satisfactory. Not satisfactory. As in case of District Planning Committee, the recent report by Ministry of Rural Development.
Ethics with S. Ansari remains the best ever choice. Do you know that ethics paper is the only paper in general studies that pays more with less efforts? One can easily secure 130 to 140 marks. Lukmaan IAS is a well-established name since 2014 for ethics paper. We offer 3 types of courses: Ethics Foundation course, Ethics Case Studies, and Ethics Test Series. Since 2015, Lukmaan IAS students have maintained the records of securing the highest marks in this paper. So, why to wait? Contact us today for more information.
Next, after 2014 and 15, since planning was done away with, and bottom-up planning became one of the most important role and functions of Niti Aayog. It was expected that the institutions of bottom-up planning would be empowered. Although since 2015 and 16, village development plan has been introduced. And 95% Gram Sabha 95% Gram Sabha have submitted their village development plan. Their village development plan. And 21 states have district planning committee. But as far as decentralized planning at district level is concerned, in terms of autonomy, independence, resourcefulness, still decentralized planning remains more a formal exercise rather than an instrument of self-governance. Formal exercise rather than an instrument of self-governance. In fact, the situation has become even more worse. Situation has become worse than past. Simply because there was regular assessment and pressures on institutions of decentralized planning. But since planning has been discontinued, there is absence of any streamlined system for assessment and improvement of decentralized planning. Even Niti Aayog in more than 5 years has not submitted any report on decentralized planning. क्या जरूरत है? Has not submitted any report on decentralized planning. Has not submitted any report on decentralized planning. Therefore, bottom-up planning cannot become a reality unless bottom-up institutions are empowered as per 73rd and 74th Amendment Act. That's all. So we finish planning, decentralized planning, urban planning, all blah blah things. Right. So we'll take next. What is next? Local bodies finances. Role of state finance.
Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Study General Studies with Lukmaan IAS for building comprehensive knowledge. GS paper 2 and 4 will be taken by S. Ansari and other papers will be covered by renowned faculties. Live classes are as effective as offline classes. The classes are highly interactive in nature. Your doubts and queries will be addressed and there will be dictation of notes. In the last 10 years, Lukmaan IAS has set up a niche in the field of UPSC guidance.